Good evening, mortals. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Exalted. I have friends here, pretty sure. What did I just do? There we go. Okay. Hello!
Hello.
Solar friends, you want to say hi?
Greetings, mortals.
I was cursed. What is this? Who are you? Oh, God.
That's a good question.
Go away. No, don't be there. Welcome to Exalted, everyone. Welcome to Polar Express Stance. Santa slaying method. Oh my God.
Oh no.
Is Santa killing? Is that the Krampus? And oh God.
No, we're murdering Santa. That's what we're doing.
Okay, sure. So welcome everyone back to Exalted. Yeah. We're going to be playing session 2 of our Exalted game. The characters have officially met in a coffee shop because this isn't D&D where they all just meet in a bar.
So he was very insistent that he wants to say hi to you.
Okay, hello Bob. Hey Bob.
Hello, Bob.
Hello.
That is adorable. I could hear him screaming for it in the background. I'm very popular with children. Kids between 3 and 7 really like me. Like, just after they figure out that I'm, someone they can interact with, but before they realize who I am. At any rate.
That sweet innocence.
Yeah, exactly. That innocent period between 3 to 7, I'm a natural. So, how's everyone doing tonight?
No complaints here.
Let's do this.
No, I'd respond with Ready to
Same.
Die, but it's not Curse of Strahd anymore, so like...
You might live.
Yeah, you
We
said
might
ready to die, and then you survived, so...
When you gave us a hint as to what was happening next session, everybody's like, "What? Oh no, are we? Should we be worried?" And I'm just thinking, no. The only way I would be worried is if you threw a third circle demon at us, and I don't think you'd do that in session 2. But then again, I could be wrong.
What are you talking
being
about? I
toyed
didn't
with
give
the
any
entire
hints about what was happening.
Don't you gaslight us. We were there.
I was lying, right? There are no demons on Earth.
Right,
Alright, guys,
yes, of
fast
course.
forward.
Hang on, let me
Pressing
look at the
X
script
to doubt.
ahead here. Make sure that's true.
Pressing X to doubt.
I think it's is it X or I thought it was F.
I think it
No,
depends
it's
on what
F
you're
is
playing
to
with.
pay respects. Yeah.
F is to pay respects. X is to doubt, depending on if you're playing with a controller or not.
Yeah, right. I think that's Xbox, right? I don't know. All right. So, if you guys will recall, you had met in a coffee shop. You had gone to St. Al's for... oh, that's a good question. Are you in Roll20 there, Mr. Sam?
I should still be, but I might be repeatedly disconnecting because my
Great.
phone doesn't like to do Oh yeah, my connection to the Surface.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm gonna do that on my desktop at home via remote desktop, but I won't be like regularly on there.
Okay. Hey, you just dropped again.
Yes.
So, right. You had all gone to St. Al's. It's a shelter, right? Aki?
Yeah, I did send you all the information on it.
Yes, I know. And I've definitely read all of the blue booking you guys have done over a week-long period. All of it. In detail. There were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages. Some of them paragraphs long.
Yeah, it's almost like we all missed RPing.
I could tell. It was walking into that room when I was like ready to start reading some blue booking. Was like, imagine if you got to an orgy where no one had touched themselves in like 30 years. It was everywhere.
Absolutely everywhere. It's filthy.
I was like on the ceiling, Jesus. Anyway.
It's like the elevator scene from The Shining.
Yeah, literally exactly like that, but instead of blood, it was... Anyway, so...
It was RP.
Curse of Exalted. You guys had all met. Then you had kind of parted ways for 2 weeks. I'm going to give you a moment to quickly and efficiently recap what your highlights were during your blue booking. Please do not go into extensive detail. We've got some material to cover tonight. I'm going to start with... Who am I want to start with? I want to... I'm going to start with Aki. Aki, could you please get into it and show the pace of how we normally do this?
Alright. So met with pretty much everybody for various things. I think I fought Ben, coffee with Darius, interview with James, and practice fight with Ben. And just kept doing walkabouts, had her final day at St. L's, and moved into the condo.
Okay, great. Next up, let's do... I don't know. No particular order. I'm going to point at one at random. There. Sucran.
Bought a condo, met with everybody, put some people on researching stuff for the news station, and invited everyone to move in with me.
You bought a condo?
Yeah. I messaged you about that.
I know. The owning class is ruining this country. It actually makes sense that I did you next. Sam.
All right. Went walking with literally everybody. Talked a lot of philosophy, and spent
Happy
half of
Christmas,
blue
Kev.
booking not even in Victoria.
Nice. Proud of you. Okay, who am I missing? I'm missing Skull, James.
Well,
Happy
unlike the rest of you
Crimbus.
guys, I have a day job, so I went and I worked at the Final Word a whole bunch. I set up dossiers on all of the other 4, as well as myself, and shared them. I had a private dinner with my personal assistant and basically got her ready to take over the company if need be, and set up the Do Better charity for Mercy, as well as many different talks with everybody.
Very cool, very cool. Hey, everybody. Which I'll get to you in a second, but Keb's here. Can everyone say hi?
Hi, Kev.
We miss you.
Hey, Keb. All right, what'd you get up to aside from punching Mercy right in her dumb mouth?
Wasn't the only person I punched, okay? So for the first few days, it was just straight training. Then got to talk with Darius, broke 4 of his ribs through a ballistics vest. Hung out with Joe. Kind of got a little mad at James about that whole dossier thing. Bought some supplies. You'll figure that out later. And yeah, fought Mercy.
All right.
Nice.
Very cool, very cool. So, we're gonna open today. Oh wait, real quick. Hey Darius, are you injured?
No, I have heal. I can fix those injuries in a day.
Okay, great. So we're gonna open with James. You hear through the grapevine, through your media contacts, that there's a reporter, Paul Atfield, who's going to be asking Mercy for an interview the morning that Mercy gets a phone call from him. You know him as a very reliable reporter who basically made his name covering the opioid epidemic. He did a lot of good work. He even managed to get the government to increase their funding to address the opioid epidemic by about $4 million a year. So he's done some good work. He's a pretty good guy, but you just find out about it basically the morning it happens. Mercy, you get a phone call right at almost exactly 5 minutes after 1 o'clock p.m. So your phone goes off.
Hello?
Hi there, is this Mercy?
Yes? How can I help?
Hi, Mercy. My name's Paul Atfield. I'm a reporter for Channel 7. I was really hoping to talk to you about the vigilante and charity work that you've been doing. Would you mind just coming down to the station and doing a little interview on camera? I can guarantee you that it'll get out there.
Fine, I've already done an interview.
Yeah, I actually caught that. It was very good. I just, I know that James is a good guy, but like, I know that you and him have been spending some time together, and I figure having kind of an outsider do an interview would add some credibility to your name there, and I'd like to help you with that.
Don't need any credibility to my name. My actions speak for themselves.
Sorry. I didn't mean that to be insulting. It was. I would really like to get an interview with you. Is there a way we can work that out?
Real quick, Jord, and a quick question. Would my presence charms work while talking to somebody on the phone, or do I have to see them?
That's a good question. I think it depends on the presence charm, because some of them are keyed off of your appearance, and some of them are keyed off of your, like, just force of personality. So it really depends. But you can initiate social combat here.
Well... I'm basically just gonna try and persuade him that, like, no, I've given an interview. Like, if you wish to contact me for further information, like, I'd be happy to do so through the correct channels than my private cell phone.
Okay, sure. You wanna turn this into a social thing? So here's how social combat works, guys. Unless you just want to be like, no, thank you. Feel free to reach out through my office or my charity or something. If you want to try and convince him to be okay with that, then you need to actually ascertain his motives and whatnot. Are you just going to refuse, or do you want to try and convince him?
I'm going to, like, gently refuse and say that, like, I'm sorry, you're contacting me on my private cell phone. Any work that I do with the charity,
here's a plot.
Please go through the charity.
He says, all right, I totally understand. Is there a phone number that I can speak to someone there so I can get it arranged?
Absolutely. She's going to give the number of the final word, because that's who's doing the charity right now.
Great. He writes it down. He says, thank you for your time. I'm sorry to intrude. I didn't realize that you would set up business channels. Have a lovely day.
You too.
And he hangs up. Is anyone at the final word dealing with the charity?
I've probably put a few of my people on it.
Okay, so pretty much immediately following that conversation, one of them gets the call from Paul asking to set up a meeting. He's willing to discuss, topics and things beforehand, but he would really like to do an interview to get Mercy's name out there.
Okay.
The person you have assigned to it immediately calls you and lets you know.
Okay. I tell them to let him know that we'll get back to him shortly, as we need to just discuss the the details amongst ourselves first.
Okay. So your employee says that they'll do that, and then we'll pick up the scene at the condo where everyone is.
Oh God! I forgot how much I despise this. Okay. Text. Oh, everyone's here. Never mind.
The powers of de-emery.
Technically, Ben is in his room. It sounds like he's hammering something.
Giggity.
Not in that way.
Hate what? Is something wrong?
Oh, just dealing with other networks who want interviews with Mercy. We're just trying to work out the logistics at the moment. Speaking of which, Mercy, do you want to interview with this guy, or should we? I mean, he's got an okay reputation. He's not. I mean, I wouldn't expect him to play overly nice.
So it's
Like, he's gonna do the same kind of digging into you that I did.
A little irritated that I was called on my private cell phone.
I don't even know how he got the number.
Mm. Does that put me off straight away?
Yeah, that is a little annoying, but
It might be worth checking it out at least
okay.
some form.
I'll get the charity guys to get his question list ahead of time, and we can look into it.
Thank you, James.
May I
Sure.
suggest one other thing?
Of course.
Might you ask him where he got her private cell phone number? If that information is floating around, it would be good to know at least where we can find it, if not what we can do about it.
Good idea. I'll add that to my text.
Okay. So after a few hours, your person gets back to you,
Mhm.
and sorry, your questions were how you got the number, and what was the other one?
I just wanted his question list ahead of time so that
Okay.
Yeah, we could.
Okay. So he sends his question list over. It's pretty much exactly your interview, with like a few other questions that are real softballs, you know, what challenges have you faced, or like have you, you know, has anyone come approached you on the street and asked to date you, stuff like that. Like really milquetoast questions that literally Mercy could answer in her sleep. As far as how he got the number, the same your reporter gets it very easily as well. He called her mom.
Ooh.
And just
Yeah.
said, I'm trying to get Mercy's name out there. Is there a way I can contact her to help her out? And Mercy's mom, being very supportive, handed the number out.
Okay, I'll blah that over to her.
Okay.
That's a potential risk there, Mercy. We gotta look at that.
Actually, Jord, you've read
Yes.
my backstory, right?
Yes, I know that your parents would normally be quite apprehensive of that sort of thing. That's weird.
Yeah, that's why. Wait.
Hmm.
I need to make a phone call. And
course.
Mercy's gonna go back in her room.
Sorry. Just to be clear, was the I guess dossier question thread, but dossier didn't get finished OOC, did it?
No, not yet.
Would it have included any of the more private well, I guess, and that was just for us five, right?
The only
Would it have included the more private information about Joaquin's alias?
No, it would have only contained the information he found online or through public means, not the stuff
Okay.
that you shared personally.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to do the scene two ways. We'll cover Mercy, but I also want to know, what is Ben up to?
So Ben's in his room. The door is kind of like mostly closed, but not all the way, so someone can come check. But it sounds like it's the usual construction noise, like hammering on wood or something. He's hammering something into something.
Okay.
If anyone wants to check.
Oh,
D-
I'm
I'm-
happy to have Joe kind of lean over and
Is
say,
it too loud, Blackthorn?
"Hey Ben, We are speaking of another interview that Mercy might be doing. And what will he see as he kind of just like leans past the open door?
So he sees Ben kneeling over a piece of big flat piece of plywood, roughly the size of his like torso plus head. It's situated on top of 4 cinder blocks, with 2 more cinder blocks off to the side against the wall, and he appears to be hammering nails into it in a grid pattern, using his thumb to like distance the nails. And he's just doing that. And at first he doesn't even hear you because he's hammering. Until he stops and he's like, "Oh, hey, Joe. I'm just working on something."
Oh, sorry to interrupt.
What the fuck, Ben? Okay.
What is happening?
Great.
Darius is probably worried because the last time he heard Ben making noises in his house, things got broken.
I simply thought that since you are the only one not in the conversation, you might wish to be kept apprised.
Oh, so what's going on?
Mercy
Sorry,
has
the hammer's loud.
Mercy might have another interview. The
Oh,
first
good
one,
for her.
the first one since we became a group. I am curious as to how this will reflect on the others of us. If this reporter, this what was his name? He's asking of James.
Because James remembers, but I don't.
His name is Paul Atfield.
Thank you. Paul Atfield.
This
He's-
Paul Atfield contacted her directly and seemed to know about her relationship to James. Accordingly, it may be that we are being watched.
Paul Atfield.
He's suddenly quiet. Is really. He quickly gets up, tosses the hammer to the side, and he goes over to James. Hey, James! Hey, James, can I talk to you privately for a second? Come here.
Yeah, sure. One sec.
Come here.
I'm sorry to
Get
worry
on
you,
this
Ben.
board.
No, he's not done yet. he pulls James over and he goes, "So, you're saying someone might be watching us. Do you think they may know about, Ixnay and the Brodnay and the..." And he's looking really worried in the same way when James first showed him the dossier of him.
Like I said, you gotta be ready for people to look into you now.
Yeah, I haven't been able to get into contact with him to let him know. I lost his number like 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Do you want me to have someone try and track it down for you?
No, I'd rather no one else really get involved with that.
I got no control over other people, Ben. I'm sorry. You gotta get it going.
I don't know what you'd think if you saw me again. It's been a literal decade.
I
Damn it, man.
empathize. I empathize, but it's a free press.
Like, okay, just I'll get into contact with him tomorrow. Hopefully no one's gotten to him first. Just let me finish my nail bed. And he walks back over to his room.
Okay.
Goes back to hammering.
James just walks away and then stops. The hell is a nail bed? And keeps going.
It's a bed. Nails.
Yes.
All
You
right.
lie on, presumably.
Yeah, you do. It's a martial arts thing, actually.
Yeah.
Super
I
cool little detail. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. So Mercy, you are now alone in your room.
So I call my mom.
Okay, just real quick, I do want to point out it's very dark. You cannot see.
Turn on the light.
Oh, okay. You go to turn on the light and walk off of the cliff that you were on because you are in a cave You fall to your death immediately. Anyway, you are in a cave. It is very dark. What do you do?
Kill myself.
You fail, which kills you
Stop!
with sadness. Anyway,
What?
I strangle the DM in real life.
So no, you're in your room alone. You call your mom?
Yeah.
All right, let me pull up her character information. One sec.
Oh, look, right here it says dead.
Mom, stop.
God. Where the fuck did I put that? Sorry, guys. I should have had this on hand.
So guys, I posit that from now on, everything is an illusion, and we're actually in a cave.
That's for the record that you are in a cave. It is very dark. Is a DMing like training
Yeah.
tool.
Yeah.
Where you tell people, or you have your players, you tell them they're in a cave and it's very dark, and then they try to get out of the cave without dying, and your job as the DM is to kill them in a way that they don't expect. And it makes you way better at just like, oh my god, there's so much stuff in the blue booking thread. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh wait, it wasn't in here. It was in
It's
here.
you.
Have you ever done something and then been like, I probably shouldn't have done this?
Yep.
There we go. Okay, so Zara picks up.
Hey, Mom. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right, Sweet Bean. How are you?
I'm a little stressed. I'm not gonna lie. I got a call from a reporter today. Apparently, he talked to you to get my cell phone number.
Oh yeah, Paul, right? Was that okay?
I'm just honestly surprised that you gave out my number, considering.
Well, it's just you've been making such a public face of yourself. I thought. I'm sorry, dear. I don't know what I was thinking.
It's okay. Just maybe not again.
No,
I
of
just-
course not.
You know, I want to protect you and Dhamma from this. That's why I moved out. I just.
Oh, sweetheart, you don't have to worry about us. But yeah, I honestly don't know what came over me. That reporter was just so. He was very persuasive.
Well, stay safe and remember to ice the leg like the doctor said. Okay.
Okay.
Love you.
I love you too.
Okay. Bye, Mom.
Bye, Mayor.
Hang on.
Great. Sure was.
So Mercy comes out of her room and kind of looks very stressed.
Okay.
¿Estás bien, Mercy? Are you well?
No, he's not. But he's dangerously close to becoming a cataphractoid.
Ben hammering something?
He's making a nail bed, whatever the hell that is.
What is?
Like a bed of nails?
I'm assuming.
Why would anyone do that?
Darius, did you not buy him a mattress?
I did. I don't know why he's doing this.
I did. We have not seen it in days.
The mattress has gone missing.
Punched it into the sun, obviously.
Paul's middle name is Bronjin. What?
People can
Sure.
ask him why he's making a nail bed.
Nah,
So Mercy's gonna go over to his room and Ben.
Oh, hey, Mercy.
Hey.
What's up? I heard about that other interview.
You got it,
Yeah.
Kev.
I don't know. Something like warning bells are kind of going off, so I'd like to talk to everybody if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did your mom mention anything weird about the guy Colin or something?
Yeah, and I'd like to explain why it's so weird, but she kind of gestures to everybody. Can we all just go to the
Yeah.
living room?
Mhm.
Yeah, so everyone's
Please,
at Ben's
don't
door
put
looking
that
at
over.
this
Sorry,
nail
what?
bed being formed.
Quick second. Sorry to interrupt. Please don't burp on my stream.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
Trying not to.
stop it. All right.
Unless it's in character.
I interrupted you, Edge. Please.
So is everyone literally just at Ben's door watching him just?
I feel like
He
we're
has like nails in his mouth. He's like hammering. He's like, well, if there's something weird, maybe it's someone like us. Maybe you
She
use some
freezes.
magic-y magic stuff on your mom to get your number.
Or he could have just been a really nice guy. Who knows? We could look into this. I mean, easy enough to invite him over to the office.
Could be an idea. I just, I remember seeing how Mercy was like getting into her house back when we had that nice sparring match. Seemed your mom was super. What would be the term of?
She's very much into privacy and keeping her and her family safe.
Like
Joe
we
raises-
literally had to like use a doorbell and a camera just to get the door open.
Joe raises an eyebrow. That does not sound like the kind of person who would hand out a private phone number.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Please. Mercy
Ben,
indicates
join us in
room.
the living room. I think Mercy has something very important to speak with us about.
I'm not done the nail bed.
I will help you with the nail bed later.
Ben's got his
All
priorities
right.
in order.
He puts down the hammer, he gets up, and he joins you guys in the main room.
No, not a fair folk. You're in
I
the
feel
wrong
like
game.
I feel like
Blackthorn.
due to what was it? An error in planning that we could not have foreseen. Ben's room is like just around the corner from the main room, and it's going to be loud.
At least I didn't put any holes in the wall this time.
Yet.
Oh, by the way, Darius, how are your ribs going?
They are fine.
Good.
I,
Still kind of
as
feeling bad
I've
about
discussed with Joe, some of my medical expertise have improved drastically.
that. That's good. Get a new vest?
No. No.
Damn. Alright, so what's the talk? He sits down on the couch.
Joe just kind of perches on the edge of the couch. Also,
Okay, just saying. I fully expected Ben to do the like spin a chair backwards and sit with his legs splayed. Like, what's up, champ?
But think of it, Ben's the Dawncast. He just spins the whole couch around and sits.
Sits astride as the mighty war god he is.
Just doing the split.
Everything bends to my will.
He somehow sits astride the entire couch. The couch did not shrink, and he does not look uncomfortable, and yet it is so.
yep, splits.
Anyways. So, James, I know you know this story, but the reason that Rain Retreat was started and why it's so odd that I should just tell the story from the beginning. So when I was a kid, I wanted to do a lot of saber training. Like we sparred with my saber. Ben, you've seen my other ones. I've been going to competitions since I was a child. I've done fencing and a lot of single-bladed things. Both my mom and my Dama are they met at a Ren fair, so and my grandfather on my Dama's side, just He's the one that bought me most of the swords. So, my mom, unfortunately, not the best upbringing, just very religious family. They ended up throwing my mom out when she was 17, because she admitted she liked another girl. And again, just very religious and, you know, refused to let her back into their lives until she repented and agreed to conversion to expel the wickedness from her. So my mom moved here. She met Aiden, my Dama. They got married and then eventually had me. So Mercy's like actually like starting to shake a little bit. So John and Elizabeth, who are my mom's parents, they kind of found out somehow that I existed and they wanted to save their precious grandchild. So I was out at a competition one night with my Dama, and they broke into the house and they literally did some really bad stuff to my mom. When we came home, we saw the door was off its hinges. And John was literally kicking my mom across the room. And this is when I was 8.
Sorry, Mers.
Yeah. So, I thought I would be the hero of the day and put myself in between. I think that's the first time I really stood up to somebody like that. And it's in my sealed records, but I ended up stabbing him. He's okay. He's in jail. Yeah, ever since then, like, Mom, she's just not good with people that are male, or people that are male coming to the house. I usually get all of her deliveries so that I can drop them off. Like Ben, you saw that I had to use the camera and show that it was me, and let her know so she can mentally prep before I come in the house, because she still has a bad time when the door opens unexpectedly. So
I do want to mention really quick, the reporter never actually went to the house. He just called.
I am aware.
Just making sure you know.
Yeah. But that she took a call from an unknown number, let alone talked to this guy and gave him my number. That's not like her.
Ben gets up and gives Mercy a hug. Like, pausing right before and going, "Can I give you a hug? You look like you need a hug."
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh no.
And he gives her a big hug.
Joe, in his own understated way, just kind of like shifts so that he's kind of sitting next to Mercy instead of across from. And he says, "No one should have had to go through that at the age of 8 or any other age.
Thank you.
That is worrying. What other strangenesses are in this world that we didn't know about to make this possible?"
So
Might have played my hand.
I
a
wanted
little
you
too
guys to
early.
understand why I was so off-put as to how he got my number.
Yep, that's understandable.
Yeah.
What do we want to do about it?
We may need to consider distancing ourselves from old phones old social media accounts, things like that.
Yeah, but I don't want them knowing it's
Well,
a supernatural thing yet.
Uh,
Not in Act 1.
I think it wouldn't be a bad thing to have a chat with this guy.
I think it'd be good to have it at the final word so that we've got someplace that's, well, home turf, as it were.
Yeah. Someplace secure, but not like where we're living.
Okay, I'm gonna go get his contact info, and I will try and set up a meeting for later today.
Thanks, James. I appreciate it.
Okay, so you call your person?
Yep, I'll
Okay.
I'll call my PA and get her to set up a meeting.
Okay. She initially tries to set it for 2 o'clock. He says he's a little busy around then, and then they eventually settle on 3:30.
Yeah, 3:30. Final word. I've got an interview room that's got a attached observation room that we should be able to use. That way we can at least all be somewhere nearby. It's the same one we use for when we're interviewing minors.
Probably a good idea.
Their parents can be there. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna head over there and get things set up. I'll see you guys around 3. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good.
All right. Hey Darius, could I talk with you? Up in the.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll go up with you.
Okay.
Ben basically walks over and upstairs to that one special armored room that
Darius will open the
Darius showed him
door
last
to
time.
where he has his guns, unlocking it. He will walk in and close the door behind him and Ben.
Okay, when you close the door, you find it's very dark. You are in a cave.
Stop it!
Ben turns on the lights.
Okay, in
Is the
doing
hole still
so,
there?
when you flick the light switch on, you're electrocuted, which causes your heart to give out and you die. You are dead. Try again. You are in a cave. It is very dark.
I eat the Gru.
Okay, the Gru eats you
Okay.
from the inside out.
Ouroboros.
Ben
What was-
kicks the DM in the nuts.
What was that, James?
I just wanted to add one note for the DM.
Oh, I know that guy.
When James leaves, he takes with him a black soft guitar case that has a longbow and arrows in it.
Okay, sure. Is it strung?
No.
Smart.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. Thanks for letting me know you're packing. Packing like it's 1855 BC.
What's wrong, Ben?
All right. So, okay. First of all, I want to know: is that hole still there?
No.
Damn. All right. Ben looks at Darius, goes, "Did you fix up those?" Sorry,
yeah,
I don't want to use
I
them. but-
will hand you your guns back. Any like small dents and dings would be gone. It's relatively simple to get rid of them, and then a small box of ammunition that is either or 2 small boxes, one that is rock salt and one that is rubber. Or sandbags. Sandbags probably make more sense because they're shotguns.
Yeah. He takes a rock salt. I really don't want to have to use these, but if Mercy's right, then there's something going on here, and I do not want her getting hurt.
Understandable. If you
What do you
need
plan to do about
anything-
this?
Well, I will likely bring some form of weapon, but that's just for personal safety primarily. I don't particularly want to end up shooting anybody.
Me
He's a
neither.
reporter. Better go armed.
Well, take some and he put some in his bag. Hopefully the police don't find these.
That
And
is.
slings the bag over his shoulder.
Darius just with a look of big concern.
Hey. You are,
Okay.
You are now carrying the very obvious bag
Yes, I am carrying a bag.
of rock salt.
Yes.
You know,
Nothing else. Just
normal,
rock salt.
normal people stuff. All right. So if there's nothing else, we're gonna skip ahead to the time of the interview. Is everyone cool with that?
All right.
Yep.
Great. So everyone's in the Last Word offices. The interview room has been set up. Before he goes in, when Paul arrives, he gets to reception and signs in, puts his name down. He's very much used to this sort of thing. He chats up the receptionist a little, just some kind words, and then he goes and approaches James, who I assume is waiting for him.
Yep. Paul, good to see ya.
James, he sticks his hand out for a handshake.
Yep, I'll shake his hand.
Okay.
Um,
He says, sorry about the late notice. I know normally we have a longer window on these things, but paper's getting on my back to get a story out, and honestly, I'd love this one if I can swing it.
yeah, let's see what we can do here. It's
Yeah, I get it. I called in a weird way and everything. No problem. I didn't bring recording equipment with me today. This is just the, pre-interview. No problem.
yeah, you bet. We're gonna have some observers as well. Just a
He
few
nods.
folks.
Sure. Sounds good to me.
Don't worry about
Do I get to meet them, or are they secret observers?
it. They can make their own choice whether they want to meet you or not. But
Fair enough.
we'll figure that out later. Coffee, tea, anything?
Oh, coffee. Man, I feel like I'm not getting any sleep these days.
Yeah, I hear that. I'll take him into the break room, get him all set up.
Okay.
Um,
He's been here before a couple times just to work on stuff. So he does while he lets you get him the coffee. He grabs a cream out of the fridge.
okay.
Thank you, Blackthorn.
It's a real shame that you're working for a hack channel like Seven. You really should consider coming over and working with us.
He kind of grins like knowingly. He's like, it is a hack channel, but like, it's my hack channel. They're the ones who gave me the run on my big project. You know the one.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know. It'd feel wrong to leave them.
I mean, I can understand loyalty, but us, we'd treat you well.
Thanks, man. If I ever get fed up over there, you'll be the first guy I call.
You bet. All right.
He smiles at you.
Let me
Emptily.
take a second, get yourself set up here. I'm just gonna make sure everything's ready, and then I'll come grab you. All right?
Okay, sounds good. You mind if I take my notepad in?
Not at all.
Great.
Okay, I'll head over to the interview room and make sure that Mercy's the only one in the actual room, and everyone else is in the observation chamber.
Ben wants to stand at the door. He wants to be tall and intimidating as Paul steps into the room with Mercy.
Oh no, guys, a reporter better beat the shit out of that guy.
Definitely not a demon.
Guys, he's a reporter.
It's a reporter with a silver tongue who can overcome decades of trauma.
He's a good reporter? I don't know. Or I'm a shitty DM, one of the two.
Ben,
I
come
definitely
on, man.
read all the backstory.
The guy isn't gonna eat her in the middle of my frickin' station.
I just want to make sure that he knows that he can't fuck
I mean,
with
he
her.
won't. Yeah.
All right. Darius, Joaquin.
So this is a conversation that's being had beforehand. Joe's Joe's gonna kind of like shake his head a little bit and say, there are two things to consider there. One is the message of safety you are sending. The other is the message of intimidation. I somehow do not think that we should that our first interaction with a reporter not of the final word should be one where he comes away thinking that we wish to intimidate anyone who enters.
That's a very good point.
I'm sorry, Ben, but I must say that I disagree with your wishes here.
Fine. I'll stand on this side of the door. And he steps just inside the observing room by the door.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I'm gonna go get him. You guys get yourself situated. Mercy, you're doing okay?
Yes.
All right. I'll be with you, so don't worry too much. And I'll go get him.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Okay, real quick before you jump into that, Jordan, I'm
Huh?
going to. Sorry, Blackthorn's posting stuff in the tabletop chat. You're gonna swap to another channel. Sorry, I'm being distracted.
Mysterious reporter must be a cannibal. Better make sure he shits himself on the way in.
I'll eat that cannibal for
Diplomacy.
breakfast.
Jordan spends hours working on a social encounter at the party. This is a combat encounter.
It
Some
doesn't
parts of
have
the
to be
party-
a combat encounter.
Some parts of the party, we are avoiding combat encounters where possible. Other parts of the party, I'm ready.
Ben's like, I was just using a hammer on some literal nails, so I'm gonna use this hammer on every nail.
Anyways, Mercy's gonna place herself opposite the door.
Okay.
And just kind of wait. I'm assuming it's just like a table and a couple chairs for the interview room.
Yeah, exactly. I would assume so anyway. Sorry, I shouldn't speak for the guy who
Yeah, I
owns
was
the
about to
place.
say, I'm not asking you.
Oh, Mr. DM.
Hello.
Would my Watchman's infallible eye tell me that I should profile this character?
Let me take a look. In which case a scene or profile character action should be used. What does a profile action entail?
That's a very good question. It's on 240 or 224. Let me just.
Yeah, if you could look that up, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet. Dear brain, do the thing. Profile character. Used to read people, examine them for any clues in their posture, demeanor, appearance. After spending at least 5 minutes interacting or observer, if the player wishes, they can roll perception investigation against their guile. On success, the storyteller gives the player a brief rundown of basic facts about the character that wouldn't be
Hey, Nick.
immediately obvious. Social class, occupation,
Okay.
where they would
So, yes, Watchman's Infallible Eye does indeed trigger. Spend your motes or whatever it costs.
Alright, I'm going to burn some excellency on this as well.
Okay. Oh, hell yeah, Nick. Oh, hell yeah.
Make sure I do this right the first time. No,
6 successes.
yeah, actually that's
Fuck me
without
running.
my excellencies, so I'll take that.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so there is something off about Paul. He's normally pretty chipper. Like, ever since he finished his investigation, he had some dark times, like, immediately following it. But afterwards, when he'd recovered, he was in a lot better of a place. But this Paul feels a lot more like the just post-opioid epidemic story Paul than the one that you've come to know over the years. Something feels like it's up.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk a little bit slower on the way back to the interview room, and I'm just gonna, have a quick, just a quick chat with him. Maybe like a couple of extra sips of coffee in the break room before we head over.
Okay, sure. He says, "Oh, is she not ready, or?"
Oh, I'm just giving her a chance to get herself calmed down. A little bit.
Yeah, I came at this in a weird way. That's totally my fault. I get it. I called her I called her mom, right? Who,
Yeah.
by the way, is everything okay with her? She was really like, okay, real quick, off the record. Obviously, it won't be in any of my reports or nothing. But like, she seemed really kind of hesitant.
This is all weird. I mean, Paul, come on. This is strange times for anyone, let alone, the mother of a whatever Mercy is.
Yeah, God. Okay, again, he hands you his notebook and says, again, off the record, do you have any idea what the fuck's going on, man? Like, the police haven't even, as far as I can tell, they haven't even interviewed her.
Nothing really to interview.
Yeah, sure. Criminals have just been, she just walks up and tells them, you did things wrong, and they say, you were right, and walk in and turn themselves in. Are you serious?
Hey, I mean, we're making their job easy for them.
Well, yeah, but, like, look, the station just kind of wants a puff piece, so that's what I'm going to give them, but, like, there's got to be something else there, right? There's no way. I mean, the light thing was cool, but, like, I don't know. I'm a skeptic, you know me. It's weird, and I can't explain it, so I have questions. It's just how I work.
Well, stick to the script, and if she likes you, she'll tell you herself, man.
Yeah, no problem. Can I get that back?
Yeah, of course. I do flip through it.
Okay,
real
it's
quick.
blank.
Okay.
Yeah, it's clear he brought a fresh one for this.
Okay. Sure. Are you okay? Like, I'll stop and I'll turn, like, body to body with him. And
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been getting much sleep lately, and I don't know, man. It's tough times, But I can still do my job, so I'm gonna do my job.
I'm gonna use Judge's ear technique. Is he lying or half lying?
1 second.
And I'll spend 3 personal notes on this.
Great. So, the things that he says are not false explicitly.
Okay.
However, you do feel like there may be more to it.
What aren't you telling me, Paul? Come on, it's me. You know I'm gonna do my best to help you out here.
Honestly, man, this isn't the time or place. I really want to, I'll get into it with you, no problem, but I gotta do my job first.
Okay. I'm gonna hold you to that.
You got it. Drinks are on you. And he starts walking towards the interview room.
Okay. Grr.
Anyway, so he waits at the interview room for you to catch up, James.
Yep.
And then he'll knock on the door. He knocks 3 times, just normal knock.
I'll let him in. She's expecting you, don't worry.
He's like, hey, I'm just trying to, I got off on the wrong foot. I want to fix that. And he walks in. Mercy, you overheard him say that.
Mm-hmm.
He walks over and sticks his hand out and says, hi, Mercy, I'm Paul.
Mercy stands up. She did arrive to this interview in the outfit, I'll just say.
She did or did not?
Did.
Great. He looks you up and down and goes, you really wear that everywhere, don't you? Sorry. I'm just. It's a pleasure to meet you.
She shakes his hand.
He says, "Hey, I want to apologize. I shouldn't have got into your personal life like that. I don't know. I'm used to working with people who are a lot worse than you, and honestly, that's worked for me before. So I apologize. I shouldn't have treated you that way. I just want to start off by saying I'm sorry."
Your apology.
He says, "Can I sit down?"
She gestures to the seat.
Okay. He sits down and says, "Okay, so I don't have any recording, nothing on me, for the sake of legal." And he looks over to the watchers, like, one-way glass. He says, I'm not recording any of this. None of this is going in an interview, a story, nothing. I've got my notepad here," and he puts it on the table. James took a look over it. It's clear, clean, nothing else is in here. I got my pen. He puts it on the table. And only at the end of this interview, you get to read it over. And if you don't like anything that's in there, we'll tear that page out and you get to keep it. Sound good to you, Mercy?
Sounds good. I do have one question before we begin, though.
He says, "Sure, shoot."
What are your intentions with this interview, if I may?
And
And I'm going to use motive discerning technique.
Okay.
Dodge.
Also, if I may, I would also like to use motive discerning technique based on what he's said so far. And
Okay.
in the room across the one-way mirror, Joe he has his laptop out and his fingers are flying as he transcribes everything that is said, word for word.
Well, that's awesome, Nick. That's great. Okay, great. Yeah, they are. I agree, Nick.
That would strike others as probably quite odd, but if asked, he would give a shrug and say, "I like to have things in text form. It helps me to clarify."
Okay. Great. Okay, go ahead and roll your wits and perception.
No, wits and socialize, or perception and socialize.
Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
that's correct. It's actually perception and socialize, not wits and socialize.
Motive discerning technique lets you choose wits and socialize or perception and socialize.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
part of-
you're right. It's written in there.
We good.
Either or. Give me your rolls, fuckers.
Yes. Full excellency. From personal.
Okay.
Just accessing my character sheet here.
Like a button.
Just whenever you guys are ready.
Paul's just standing there.
Paul's just standing there with the beach ball of doom spinning on his head. 2.
Don't know if I
Okay,
actually
okay. I
rolled
got
that
a
correctly.
comment while you guys are doing all that. Why is Ben's bed in the sun?
Why not?
You did roll that correctly. Unfortunately, you just rolled like shit.
Yeah.
Because it's a nail bed. Nail beds go in the sun.
Actually, I would like to do something. As what was his name? Paul Atfield says that Mercy can choose what goes into his notes and what comes out. Listening to those words, Darius is going to consider this an agreement between the two.
Mm-mm. Nope.
No?
They have to be aware that you are overseeing the agreement.
They are.
They are not. Paul is definitely not aware that you, Darius, are a Eclipse Exalt with the power to enforce contracts like that. You may not use the Eclipse power on him. No.
Okay. I did not think that they needed to know what I was, but okay.
They don't need to know who you are, but they do need to know that you are overseeing the contract they're entering into.
They also, and this is OOC knowledge, become explicitly aware that, well, at least in original Exalted, that the eyes of heaven or the eyes of some great power are staring down at
It's okay,
this
Blackthorn,
deal,
he's
and
public.
they know before they make the deal that there's no backing out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your repercussions. It is explicitly a magical thing where they will know.
That's good to know.
Sorry.
Someone's putting nails on the board.
It's a nail bed.
It's obviously a 4-post nail bed. Okay.
And I am rolling this. Sorry for this. Greater than 7, and I'm doubling 9s and 10s.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6
Yes.
successes?
Yes.
Okay, great. So Mercy, you're pretty sure that he is just being honest, and just wants an interview for his job. However, Joaquin, you are aware. Where's the thing I had? So he specifically wants to get an interview because he's. Well, wait, are you doing a read intentions check? Or are you trying to figure out his intimacies, or are you
This
just?
is read intentions. Right. I can do either. In this case, a brief description of what the character wants out of the interaction.
Okay, so what he wants is to set Mercy at ease so that he can get an actual interview.
Okay.
This is, I'm telling you because you're a Solar Exalt, this is explicitly not, he wants to make sure Mercy is comfortable. He wants to put her at ease because he wants an interview. The point is that he needs that interview.
Yeah. You can feel free not to answer this based on your discretion, but does his level of importance placed on this, or desperation even, is that is that in keeping with what he stated about if I check it and hear that later, that he said that, is that in keeping with it being a fluff piece that he just wants to bang out and get finished?
He very obviously wants to get this interview pretty badly, but which isn't entirely consistent with a puff piece in your understanding. But I will point out that any interview where the point isn't to get answers about everything in like everything to its barest core is basically a puff piece. You're going in with an agenda to pursue. In this case, he stated that the agenda is to make Mercy sound great. So he's not really going in gloves off, which would make it a puff piece.
Got it. Okay. So
he's lying,
later I'll compare notes and be like, he's pretty intense about this for just securing a puff piece. That said, nothing overtly wrong. Please proceed.
Yeah, he's not like gonna pull a knife, as far as you can tell.
No. Not what I was looking for. But fair.
Okay. Anyway, so he says, do you mind if we get into it?
Take it away, Merce.
Oh, I'm sitting too far from my mic. That's what's happening. Of course, go ahead.
Okay, so first let's ask the tough questions. Can I get your name?
Zenith.
I thought it was Mercy.
She indicates her outfit. Zenith.
Oh, like a superhero name? That's cool. And he writes down Mercy and then in quotes Zenith. So okay, well that was not the low ball I thought it was going to be. How about how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. And you?
Pretty fucking tired, honestly. I think I'm nursing a headache here, but it's business. Reporters never sleep. He looks over at you, James, and he says, "Yeah, speaking of, do you still have Tylenol in the office, or?"
I'll get Abigail to bring you some.
Abigail is a treat. If anything will get me to jump ship, it's Abigail. Anyway, sorry. Mercy, sorry. Today is about you. So just so you know, Mercy, Zenith, my apologies. My goal here is to put you at ease, so that you're good to give an interview on screen, so to speak, on the record. What's going to happen here today, like I said, totally off the record. You can say whatever, and as much as it may kill me inside, it will never reach print or radio or whatever.
Do people still listen to the radio?
Sorry?
Do people still listen to the radio?
Yeah, like 4 old guys. Sure. Yeah, totally.
Only people in their cars.
Yeah, them too. We try to fit as many like honking noises or sirens into the ads as that we can, really piss them off. He smirks at you, James.
I smirk back.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess just some basic questions. Why... Okay, so why Zenith? I guess is an easy one.
The name I was given.
All right. I wanted to say specifically, too, I'm really sorry for calling your mom. I feel really bad about that. I clearly, put her off her game there, and yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. But okay, so your mom gave you the name Zenith?
Oh, the Unconquered Sun did.
Okay. He writes down Unconquered Sun ? And he says, who or what is the Unconquered Sun?
He made me Zenith.
Yeah, you said. But like, what is he? Is he someone that you hear, or like? Sorry, that came out wrong. I don't want to make it sound like you hear voices or nothing, but like, I don't know what exactly is this Unconquered Sun?
So real quick, Jord, out of character, I'm actually trying not to bring in any meta knowledge.
Yeah, so Mercy doesn't really know is the thing. Mercy was talked to and understood immediately that everything that the Unconquered Sun was telling her was perfectly true, and that he was the reason that she was exalting, and that he wanted the best for her. But like his nature, where he was, details
quick,
about him.
So, he did specifically say that I was exalting?
He didn't say that, no. You just understood it.
Okay. I've been waiting the word exalted.
Well, if you... Hang on, let me go back and see what he said explicitly.
If you're looking in my exaltation, I didn't write it in there.
No, you didn't, because you didn't have access to it.
No, because you wrote it.
I did wrote it.
But anyways, I would assume that he's some sort of god. Or the god.
He did feel like a god, yeah.
Okay.
And for what it's worth... Oh, come on, stupid thing. You remember exactly what he said to you, like it's writ upon your soul. What he said was, "Arise, my beloved. Know that while thou art not within my sight, my adoration for thee knows no bounds. Master this world and reforge it in brightest orichalcum, that all may bask in its radiance. I am with thee always, but by thy hand are thine people saved."
So he didn't mention exaltation. Cool.
No, he didn't mention exaltation, but the exaltation knows it's an exaltation, so you do think of it that way.
Okay.
You don't know why, but you do.
The Unconquered Sun is a god.
Oh, so you hear God, and he writes big G God. He says, "Oh, okay." You can immediately, James, you immediately see like a bunch of gears and like categories moving in his head. He's very clearly setting into a different mode of questioning. He goes, "Okay, great. So is this like Christian God? Is this is this like a Buddhist concept? Like what are we working with here?"
None. The closest thing I can equate it to would be the Chinese celestial bureaucracy.
Oh.
Where something is the head of a lot of different moving parts.
Okay, so like an animist god then. Like the Japanese one. What's her name? Ama something.
Matarasu?
Yep, that's the one. And he writes down Matarasu, not Amaterasu, not Amaterasu. He spells it incorrectly, and then he puts it in brackets. And he goes, yeah, so something like that.
You could equate it that way, sure.
Great. Sorry, I'm just, I don't talk to God, so I have to figure it out like a human does, Keb.
On his laptop, Joe bolds
What?
like a human does.
Holy
and
shit,
just
that's
puts a
awesome.
little note to the side of the thing, ... question mark, and then just keeps transcribing.
Poget, Keb. Poget. Okay. So he goes, okay. So, what did he tell you to do anything or you could see his brain is trying to like process, and he's clearly got questions that he's about to ask, but he refrains from asking.
Paul, I think we both know that this sounds a little strange.
He kind of exhales and goes, yeah,
But, I mean, the results are kind of speaking for themselves, like you said in the break room.
Yeah, you know what? Do you mind if we talk about a little bit of a harder topic there, Mercy?
Of course.
Okay, how are you arresting criminals?
They want to do better.
Okay, I'm trying to understand here. So you're going to people who are, thieves and thugs, guys who commit assault like it was going to the grocery store, and you just tell them to be better and they decide to go turn themselves in? Is that how this works for you?
Ask nicely, but yes.
Okay.
James, Paul, have you ever done something you're not... Actually, you know what? I know you've done things you're not overly proud of.
Yeah, no shit. I dug into an innocent lady's home life, so...
I want you to imagine for a second that there's finally someone who believes in you and that thinks you can make, yourself a better person. That can be an amazing force.
Yeah, I get that. It's just, you gotta admit, it looks strange, right? Like, no, I mean you no offense, Zenith, he looks at his notepad, but people just don't do that, right? Like, that isn't done. It's not usually possible for someone to walk up to a hardened criminal and say, hey, I believe in you, and have him break down into tears and go to the police station.
Ooh, can I use my lore? Can I introduce a fact?
Absolutely not. In fact, you die and you're banned.
You wake up in a cave.
Probably, yes. It's subject to my approval, but sure.
I'd like to say that Paul's got a crucifix around his neck.
I'm gonna twist that. He normally does. He does not today.
Okay. Fair enough.
But he's a devout man.
Okay. I mean, come on, Paul. We both know you believe in the Redeemer.
Yeah, I do. It's I don't know. I feel like the world that was created for us works a certain way, and while we may not understand or like the way it works, it does work that way.
Maybe it's time it did.
He goes, yeah, maybe. I mean, I will admit I've talked to the police and they have nothing but nice things to say about Mercy. Not a one of them has said that her methods are wrong or anything like that. So I'm willing to believe that this is happening. I'd like to know how we can replicate it more than anything.
She shakes her head.
Okay.
But awaits more questions.
Okay. I guess let's change tack. So let's just go with the fact that you are able to convince hardened criminals that they should do better. I know that you just made a charity. I had to talk to them earlier, although I'm pretty sure I knew who that voice was. And you've been working out of a shelter for most of your life. Is that correct?
It is true, yes.
So, I guess my question is, what put you on that path?
Is it not natural to want to help other people?
It absolutely is, but helping people doesn't pay the bills.
So capitalist.
Just a realist. And a
Uh,
liar.
I'm gonna slap down 3 charms at once.
All right, whip them
Ooh.
out.
Hell yeah,
Combo.
you are.
Give me a sec. I have too many windows.
Out of curiosity, while
Mhm.
she is doing this, is Paul's notepad on the table?
Yep, you can easily read it from where you're standing.
Okay.
Sweet Christ. All right. Listener swaying argument.
Baby.
A 1 automatic success and 1 non-charm bonus die for every 2 points target's resolved is boosted by any means. Okay, it's not boosted, so you get 1 automatic success, so nothing. Harmonious presence meditation, 3 bonus dice to all social influence except stealth. Goddamn. For 7 motes, the duration is indefinite.
That's what it says.
Why don't you
What
just
that
have
means
this
is-
on permanently? Oh, because you'd have to commit
well-
7 motes. Never mind.
That's why. There's also the boosted through any means also includes additional resolve that somebody might get from an opposing intimacy. In order to convince
okay.
somebody of something, you have to identify, ideally, or guess at a supporting intimacy that
So
they kind of agree with already.
I think it's now time to enter social combat.
Yes.
So can you give me? So before you do all these charms, I need you to make a read intentions roll, please,
Okay.
Aki.
How?
How do?
So that's going to be a. It is a.
It's going to be
socialize
perception.
and perception.
Unless you want to use motive discerning technique, in which case you can make it wits and perception, or wits and awareness, or perception and awareness, and you will double 9s.
One quick note: not awareness, socialize.
Oh, it is socialized, right? My bad. It is socialized, not awareness.
Go ahead.
Clicked on the fuck it.
Okay.
Okay, I click on the thing to let it to make it roll, and I'm used to like D&D, right, for the Curse of Strahd campaign, and I would poke the button and it would give me a result, and instead Exalted is just like, do you want to go through 9 windows before you can actually roll?
Well, it's got to ask those things because you could be adding excellencies or
No.
combos or charms or your fucking weapons personality traits. Like, there's so much to it. That's not even a joke. That's a straight up thing that you have to think about.
Mhm.
At any rate, Exalted is a complicated ass game, and whoever made this character sheet, by the way, fucking props, because this is a hard game, and I believe a player, not like anyone from Roll20, made this.
That is correct.
So, goddamn, dude, good work.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you trying to? Can you give me a ballpark of what kind of an intimacy you're looking for? That's pretty common for an exalt. It's nothing.
I'm trying to oppose his like realism. We can't help everybody. We can't save everybody.
Okay, so
With
you
my own.
you hit on his intimacy to prove the world is normal.
To read from the rulebook to clarify, Aki, the section that's relevant is this action, read intentions, can be used in order to determine what intimacies a character has. Before rolling, the player should generally describe what kind of intimacy they want to discern. Does he love anyone? How does he feel about me? Is he a devout, in this case, believer, like a Christian? On a success, the storyteller chooses and reveals one of the target's intimacies that fits those criteria. If there's no intimacy that does, the storyteller should let the player know this.
I think that for this one, Mercy gets to know one of his a major part of his personality is to try and explain and rationalize the world around him. So his intimacy is prove the world is normal.
Okay. I'm countering that with one of my own intimacies.
I don't think you have to do that. Pretty sure you just have to make a roll now. So in this case, it would be your charisma and presence.
Charisma.
That is normally it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're using presence, you could also use socialize, but I think you're probably going to use presence.
There are 4 main types of influence. The 3 that aren't relevant are bargain, threaten, and inspire. This one would be persuade.
Yeah.
And persuade actually depends on which tier of task you're trying to achieve. A task that is minorly inconvenient to somebody doesn't require that you have an intimacy supporting it. One that is like quite significantly inconveniencing requires you to have at least a minor intimacy, I believe.
Okay, so let me cut in here. So in this case, he's just trying to figure out your motives, so this is not a big deal to him.
Okay.
It's not going to challenge his beliefs or anything like that. He's got a wall between himself and the interviewee.
Oh, I know, but I'm gonna change that.
You want to change his intimacy?
I'm gonna Kool-Aid man my way through that wall.
Okay, you definitely need to challenge this with at least I've got
a major principle. Yeah.
Yeah, do it to it. What's your major principle?
Desire to help those in need.
Would you consider him in need of having his views changed?
No, but I would argue against the realism you can't help everybody. You can. There are people in need that do
Fuck
need
it.
help.
It's exalted. I'll allow it.
Okay.
Make your roll. He's going to get some pretty fucking significant buffs, which you're going to counter, basically.
What amount of bonus do I get?
So...
For impassioned discourse technique.
2... so it's a major intimacy?
Mm-hmm.
You'd get 3, because 2 is minor, 3 is major, 4 is intense.
Okay.
You also get 2 automatic successes and 2 non-charm bonus... one automatic success and 1 non-charm bonus die.
Okay. And I'm getting my 3 bonus dice to...
All social influence, yes.
Yeah. So that's...
And it reduced it that if you used harmonious presence meditation first, then listener swaying argument and impassioned discourse technique both get reduced down to 2 modes each.
Okay. Yes. I would have done that. So
Okay.
6 bonus.
So that's 9 modes. Are you spending personal or peripheral?
You can spend partial, right?
Yes, you can mix and match as much as you want. Just keep in mind, the minute you start spending peripheral essence, your essence is going to flare.
If you spend 5 or more peripheral essence, you flare.
Okay.
In one act.
Pretty sure if you spend even 1 mote of essence, your cast mark flares into being.
Can confirm that's not rules as written. However.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck me then. I changed my mind.
Oh, okay. Either way, it is.
I've been playing Exalted wrong for a very long time.
2E was quite different, I believe. So fair.
Okay, 8 successes. You got 8, and then this was your roll, right?
Yeah.
And then you add 1 automatic, so 9.
No, I added 1 already. It added 1 for me.
Okay. Okay. So for a moment, you see his he kind of wavers and he says, I mean, it would be great, if that's possible. Okay, so next question.
Real quick, I want to interject. I did use over 5 peripheral, so her cast mark is going to flare.
Okay, so when that happens, he kind of shocks back and he goes, Jesus, that thing's real? And he looks, he says, do you mind if I get close?
You go ahead.
He goes, he walks around. You notice the first thing he does is walk all the way around you on all sides to see if his shadow causes the mark to go away. He specifically waves his hand above your head to try and catch any light, and he looks around the room for projectors.
I'm gonna stand in front of the door to the observation room, because I'm worried that Ben is about to bust through the door.
All right. Ben, are you about to bust through the door? Ben appears to be missing.
Or is muted and can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Is currently muted, correct.
Sorry. I was laughing so hard earlier at something that Maud posted that I had to mute myself. Yeah, Ben is just standing there just glaring at him with his
Alright.
arms crossed. He's not acting yet. Not yet.
Okay. So he says, "What is that?" It's hang on a sec. He gets his notepad and he sketches a quick mock-up of your golden disc, and then he looks at it. He goes, "I just drew a circle like an idiot. What is that?"
Told you. It is from the Unconquered Sun.
Huh? Can I touch it?
Mercy's just gonna kind of wait and see what happens. I don't know what's happening. What happens if he touches it? So I'm gonna say nothing.
He says, "Seriously, I'm not going to do it without your permission, but I need to know. Can I? Do you mind?"
Go ahead. I don't know what happens if you do.
He's like, he sticks his hand out and then he stops after you say that and he goes, sure, and he touches it. And nothing happens. He pulls his hand back and he goes like, it's like, I think I got a little sunburn, and he holds his finger up and he does indeed have red skin. Which you wouldn't have if you were not a creature of darkness.
Says Joaquin from in the other room.
What'd you say?
Madre de Dios, Mother of God.
Okay. So he touches it. Nothing happens. He gets a little mild reddening on his skin. Mercy begins to beep rhythmically.
10, 9, 8.
At 0, a bomb goes off, and everyone within a 3-block radius is immediately killed. Anyway,
Mercy was not actually a Doombot, guys.
yeah. Mercy
Yes,
said she was.
I am not a Doombot.
Okay.
Mercy said she was a solar exalt, but actually, she just like pointed a flashlight in the sky and strapped a bomb to her head. Anyway.
Hey, Paul, I think you can understand now why we've been having this on lockdown, eh?
Yeah, that is weird. Hey, have you ever heard there's a reward if you could prove the existence of the supernatural? A guy over in Europe, I think, will give you $1 million.
Well, international travel is currently restricted to essential travel only.
I'm sure he takes emails, right?
Would you really prove this of the existence of email?
No, but okay, fair enough. Sorry, I just got excited.
You sure you want to keep working at Channel 7 there, Paul?
The only thing I'm sure of is I'm definitely going to need that Advil.
Speaking of which, Abigail should be knocking on the door right about...
Abigail knocks on the door.
Excellent.
Actually, so James, you can hear Abigail walk up to the door, and you're like, right about, and then you hear her sigh, wait a moment, and then knock. Just to make you wrong. And then she opens the door. And she says, here you go, Paul. And hands him water and some Advil.
And now she's seen Mercy's mark, too.
Yeah, so she doesn't notice it first. And then she hands him the stuff, and then she looks over, sees Mercy, and goes, what? And then she starts looking for a projector. And then she looks back and goes, "Hey, my desk is like fourth on the right. Do you mind taking a look? When you're done in here." And she turns and walks out kind of awkwardly. Paul says, "All right, well, you know, I'm convinced. Mercy, do you mind if I get an interview over at Channel 7? I'd really appreciate it."
Not mind. However, I do have a few caveats. Of course.
Yeah, what,
So
sure, let me write them
I have
down.
to yell at my cat.
I do that all the time, I get it.
I just didn't want to do it in the Mercy voice. Just like, I do have some caveats, you fat piece of shit.
I don't know if anyone's told you this, but
I would like James to be there.
he says, "Sure, I'm fine with that. James, do you want to be on off cam?"
I'll be off cam.
All right, great. Don't have to do makeup then. Easy.
Excuse me. Looks at himself.
He looks at you and he goes, "You know, you do look pretty nice these days, but you know how it is. Makeup gets their cut, always."
And no mention of my actual name or my parents.
Yeah, I got that from context. That's why I'm not using it. So do you want Mercy or Zenith?
Zenith.
Zenith. Okay, he underlined Zenith twice. All right. So great. Do you want to say tomorrow 6 p.m. something like that?
Mercy's gonna look to James for confirmation that he's free.
Yeah, I can make that work. I'll make time. No problem.
Great. Awesome. He writes it down and says, here. He slides his notepad across the table. The only things he's written down are the things I've described, so there's very little here, actually. You do note his circle is actually pretty circular.
Difficult to do.
He says, "That all okay?"
Mercy
A little too perfect.
asks.
Ben blows the door down, fucking executes him for drawing a circle.
This is the new waterboard, the cleric.
Ben kicks
We
the door
execute
down.
people
Execute.
for drawing circles.
We're a triangle household.
Oh my god.
You're definitely a circle household. But Ben's not great at shapes.
We're actually a circle household. We're a full circle. That's
But Mercy takes his pen and just kind of like extra crosses out Mercy on the notepad.
He says, what before you do that, he pulls out a pen eraser and just erases it. There, good? He shows it to you. It gone.
Because I've
Bye,
done this
Cam.
before, Mercy writes like a bunch of random like that, this, why
Have fun, buddy.
over and over on the same space, so that her name is actually completely obscured.
Yeah, he says, a professional, very nice. I'm not that kind of guy, but I appreciate your attention to detail.
We at St. L's, it's standard practice.
All right, fair enough. Okay, well, great. I'll see you tomorrow at 6 then. And he takes his notebook, nods at James, and walks out of the room pretty quickly, actually.
You alright, Mer?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
Yes,
boring.
this is-
Sorry, Ben. I know.
I
I'm just gonna poke my head out and make sure he's not standing outside the door.
It's not.
Yeah,
He's still in the observation room.
He's not. He's leaning against the door with his ear to the door, while twirling his mustache and cackling evilly.
Cool. I kicked the door.
All right. He immediately takes 37 aggravated damage and explodes. It now looks like a vat of beef stroganoff has detonated in your bullpen.
I thought you were talking.
People are screaming and running away. Your personal assistant is weeping while she pulls chunks of brain matter out of her mouth.
Come on.
We need to reset the DM.
Let's go. We've got 20 minutes.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
In response to Ben's comment about it being boring, Joe says, on the contrary, I think this is incredibly enlightening as to the average response, or perhaps the not average response to what we are. Disbelief is normal, but he came to understand, and that is strange.
Do you want to get your and James points to Mercy's head. Do you want to get yourself a little, camera ready? If you catch my drift.
So since you've spent your motes, Mercy, that you can't actually just turn that off at a whim.
Correct.
I know.
Yeah, but Mercy doesn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a problem.
No,
Yeah.
Mercy, are you trying to turn it off or?
Nope.
I'm gonna.
I
Can
did
I do
promise-
the equivalent of introducing a fact where I use lore to kind of figure out how this works? Just based on kind of like Joe feeling the wave of power radiating off of her. and
So,
kind of, yeah.
I will say that while I will allow it in very small details, a big part of the storyline involves you guys not fully understanding what's happening and finding out through
Absolutely.
story. So I'm almost universally going to reject things like that.
Okay, that's fine.
But feel free to
I-
ask. I might say yes.
I
Okay.
was gonna say
It was
I do
more of
have-
that won't go down for a little while. There's too much power. I can feel it.
Yeah, I'd say everyone can probably just kind of know that. You do have an intuitive understanding of some of the basic parts of it, like the mechanics, so to speak.
Okay.
So
It's not surprising to us now that we've seen it that that doesn't go away really quickly. There's a
Yeah.
lot of power radiating off of her. Okay, then no need for me to say that.
Yeah, the air in the room feels a little more charged than it did before. Like, it's very clear that Mercy has done something.
There may be a little sun bleaching on the table if it's made of wood.
That is true, actually.
Mercy kind of sighs and shakes her head. I've never. It's always just gone away. I don't have control over whether it turns off or not.
That's gonna be interesting.
I believe we all are familiar with the fact that when with enough power, this goes high as the sky. This will indeed be interesting.
I did say I would talk to Abigail, so I'll do that before I leave.
Do you
Hopefully
walk
not
into the
that
bullpen at your current anima banner level?
No, I spend 28 motes and I go up to full anima banner.
Bro, the only
Walk in, declare your name, fucking all of creation. It's like, wait, what? Bro, I was busy.
No.
Hey, Mercy, do you need my headband?
Excellent. I mean,
No,
none of us
Ben,
know that doesn't work. So wait, no, we definitely do.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
I tried wearing a hat.
I trust pretty much everyone who works under me, so I mean, go for
Are
it.
there any windows? This is out of character because in character we know this.
There are windows, but they're shaded. Like there's blinds. They're drawn.
For now?
For now.
So Mercy is gonna go walk into the bullpen.
Okay, we will end it there for tonight because I have to consider the implications of that fact. Hey guys, how's it going?
Jeez.
Jordan's like, I want you guys to figure out what you're doing and like not really know how your powers work. Also, Jordan, why don't you know the consequences of your actions already?
No, but I mean, you do live in the real world, right, Aki?
Yes.
Okay, if someone walked out of the room clearly proving the existence of some supernatural thing, you might have some you might talk about it, right?
Yeah, there
Like
was a
the
viral
video
video on it.
itself, the video doesn't have the same impact because people are like, that could be edited.
Yeah, I would like to point out Paul was looking for like, you know, projectors or he was very clearly under the impression that the video was doctored, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now he is not.
Oh
Yep,
boy.
that was the point.
And he's a reporter. Anyway, it's the end of the night. So, Pattern Spiders. For those of you who've never been here before, at the end of the night, the Pattern Spiders get to pick their favorite friend, or their best friend of the night. That means that they will get to vote, and whoever they pick will get a bonus. Everyone, you can have 2 XP for tonight, except for I'm gonna give an extra point of XP for Ben, who specialized in punching and did not get to do that. So the pity point goes to Ben for tonight. At any rate, we're gonna. Yeah, I'm sorry, Witch. For the record, I planned this to play out differently, which would have given you a lot more to do, but. You know, plans never survive the battle.
But then you kept having us getting eaten by a Gru 6 times.
That was not the issue, I promise.
He said desperately.
So, full disclosure, I kind of just expected Mercy to take the interview and then show up and be like, everyone should do better, and like have a big scene while doing that. But instead, Mercy was like, I'm afraid of cameras all of a sudden, and I'm like, okay.
No, that's not...
I know that's not what happened. I'm very aware of all of the things. I was there. It's just that wasn't the scene I was planning to run tonight. So, good news for me, I don't have to make a new scene for next week. At any rate, I gotta make the poll here. Mr. Blackthorn, are you there?
He's waving in Discord, so I think so.
Mr. Blackthorn.
Mr. Blackthorn.
Mr. Blackthorn, are you there?
I'm sorry, guys. James takes his work very seriously.
What?
Oh, just
no, Blackthorn. It's not favorite exalt. It's Pattern Spider's best friend. We'll run with this for tonight, but. Okay, the poll is up. Feel free to vote for who you thought was the Pattern Spider's best friend. Okay, we're gonna go from left to right. Please, everyone, pick who you. So players, please pick someone who you thought was the best player of the night. It could be for any reason at all, or just to spite me. Totally a valid reason. That has happened multiple times. You have to pick one. You can't pick many. And please keep your reasoning concise.
Can I pick myself?
Well, first, Sam. No, you cannot pick yourself. And Sam will go first.
Okay. I picked Mercy for honestly a bunch of character development and being the focus of the session.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I feel like the focus of the session thing was because I planned poorly, but I'll take it.
She carried it well.
Which?
You know, I think Mercy did well, but I'm gonna say James because he handled that Paul guy pretty fucking well.
Okay, very cool, very cool.
Leading up to the interview.
Mercy, who would you like to pick?
I'm gonna pick Darius because I think he spoke 2 sentences during this whole thing, and I want to apologize by throwing points at him.
Fair enough.
Poor combat people.
I would have given him the pity point for the night, but I forgot he was there.
Oh,
Scald.
Joaquin for changing his occupation to court reporter.
He has many. He wears many hats.
All right, fair enough. Darius, Mr. Crown, Sue Crown.
I'm gonna say Mercy for the triple stack of charms that flared the mark and led to some fun RP.
Okay, that was definitely a curveball for me. I did not see that one coming for some fucking reason, probably because my brain is circle. So Mercy, you get the player vote for the night, and you gain a free solar XP.
Thank you.
As well, you won the player vote or the chat vote.
Thank you.
Hey.
One of my favorite reasons was Forehead Sun was funny.
End quote.
Yeah, I figured it was end quote.
Quality Nick commentary there.
Yeah.
Nick is my special boy.
Oh.
So you get another solar XP for that, and everyone can have. I felt like everyone acted within their cast, so you can get 1 solar XP for that. I think just 1. Today was a pretty chill session as far as danger and everything went.
Meh.
Yeah, I think.
Which regular XP do we get?
Ben's gonna go back to building his nail
Sure.
bed.
Check chat.
I see that. You have to pick a target. Okay, and what was the question, Mercy?
Regular XP.
I said you get 2.
2.
The default number is 2. You can get more for danger or extremely good roleplay. And while your roleplay was good, I have extremely high expectations for you.
Hurt.
Yeah, but accurate. And everyone can have a free bonus XP because chat just bought each of you a free XP for a grand total of 10,000 points.
Yeah, I just
Wow.
spent 10,000 points to give you all XP. You're
Thank
welcome.
you. That was an additional solar XP.
No, that's a full XP.
Oh, neat.
Chat gives you the good stuff.
Neat.
What's
Thanks,
the
chat.
difference? Sorry.
So the only difference between regular XP and solar XP is you cannot spend solar XP on charms.
It's kind of backwards to how you'd expect it to be, but solar XP
Mhm.
is bonus XP, is another way of saying it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Which you
Yeah.
earn by acting within your cast, doing heroic deeds, resolving massive problems, that sort of thing. Being a solar. Yeah. Okay. Great. So, does everyone have their XP totals? Any questions? I know this is a bit of a complicated system for people coming from D&D.
All good.
Nothing that I can't ask afterwards.
Perfect. So, good news. I can still improvise like a motherfucker. Bad news. I don't have to. I don't have to do any writing this week. He said desperately.
Bad news for us. I don't
No
think
blue
that leaves
booking.
us any blue booking. Good
Uh,
news for Jordan. We can't blue book.
you have actually until tomorrow at 6 p.m. before we pick up the next session. So,
Which means use your hours sparingly.
try not to sleep. At any rate, thank you everyone for being here for Exalted Session 2. Session 3 will be a little more exciting, I think. Based on nothing. There will be werewolves in it, probably, unless I'm lying.
Damn it.
Actually, can I... Let's start something a little bit fun. Can I get some wild mass guessing from my players? So, things that you think are possibly happening in game right now. What caused things to happen the way they played out?
Strahd.
It's not Strahd. That will never be the answer.
You
and I'll
ask stupid questions, get stupid answers.
I'll go from right to left. If you want, you can just say pass. You're not interested, but I would love to hear what you guys believe is happening right now. So now that I've vamped for a little bit of time, hey, Mr. Sue Crown, what's your predictions? What's your insights?
One of my thoughts around this actually, that when the Sun Emperor spoke, he said that though I cannot see you, it kind of gives the vibe that the other world still exists for Exalted, and that he's now reaching into a different world to spread his power.
Interesting. I will confirm exactly none of that. I'm pretty sure that the sun exists. Skull, James.
I think that there are people who do believe in supernatural powers who are trying to figure out who Mercy is and try to get a hand on her power.
Oh, so you think there's like a cabal or like a conspiracy?
Illuminati, whoever.
Okay, cool. The Illuminati do exist, and they want you to fail specifically. Just in case it wasn't clear, none of the things I'm saying are confirmation of fucking anything. Aki, Mercy.
Reasons why things are happening in game?
Just wild mass guessing, theories, thoughts on this game specifically.
Okay, you wrote it.
Which?
Demon Cabal wants to eat all of our souls.
All right.
And our dick.
Fuck, you figured it out. Not gonna lie, coming from the Dawn, that one hurts me. That's oof. Sam,
Really?
what's your thought?
The Dawn figured it out this time?
Thank you for getting the reference. Yes, the good place.
I hope that Meta is okay here, but
go nuts.
So it's been 2 weeks since everybody but Mercy Exalted. I'm pretty sure that he hasn't slept in precisely 2 weeks, or maybe 3.
Who,
specifically
me?
referring to the reporter,
Paul.
Oh, okay. So you think
Paul Bronjan Atfield?
Yeah, his middle name is now Bronjan, thanks to Keb in chat.
All right.
Anyway,
Paul Bronjan Atfield. I'm pretty sure he hasn't slept in 2 or 3 weeks precisely.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Good guess.
His friends call him PBA for short.
God damn it.
His friends call him rarely because he never sleeps. Anyway, cool. I will not confirm any of that, and all of it is very much true. You figured out the entire plot of the game, and the rest of it is just going to be seeing all of that play out.
You didn't write it.
No, I did. I confirmed that I did, in fact, write it just now.
But you
I
said you weren't confirming. You said you weren't confirming anything.
But then I also said that I'm
Yeah.
confirming everything at the same time.
That is the joke.
Yeah. Cool. I'm feeling very good about the world that I have built. Chat saw some stuff tonight that explained some stuff. Anyway,
It's a good time.
Thank you, everyone, for being here and joining me on this weird experimental game. I'm excited to continue exploring this world with you. I have so much blue booking to read through. Oh my god.
So much.
That is not why the interview was scheduled for the next day, I swear. I will be back tomorrow, chat, at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard... 6 p.m.? No, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow morning to play a new game. I have posted a hint in the Discord for what game that could possibly be. Anyone who solves it, comes to stream and tells me they predicted it correctly, will get 1,000,000 Jorb points, which are directly redeemable for Mumble Mumble. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to Mumble. There we go.
Hey, Jordan?
Yeah.
Bad news.
What's the bad news?
Final Fantasy is in.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna go basically cry in the bathtub for the next 12 hours or so. At any rate, thank you guys for playing with me.
Of course.
Yeah, it's been a blast.
It is fun.
Yeah.
I like getting to stand around and do nothing for an hour.
Yeah,
I like to read way too much into I haven't slept well lately.
I want to personally apologize to Witch and Sucrown for subjecting you to that very boring scene. Everyone else found their fun, but yeah, I swear you guys will get more next time.
I also haven't slept well recently, and am therefore a cannibalistic demon.
That is just true.
I believe it.
At any rate, guys, thank you so much for being here. Chat, thank you for coming. As always, I appreciate you all very, very much. I'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. And until then, Bibbles.
Good morning.